All right, let's do that again. Can you hear me now? Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties. All right. I'll give it a second here because I know there's about a 10-15 second delay. Make sure you can hear me okay. All right, good, good. I'm sorry about that. All right. So, as I was saying, things happen, technical difficulties. I do apologize. Broadcasting on right now, we are on Rumble and we are on YouTube. If you are on Rumble, okay, you can comment in the chat section. And I encourage that highly. Please follow us on Rumble. Talk to one another in the chat section. I do not interact during a live show on there because it's pretty much impossible for me to do. I cannot bring up the comments on Rumble on the screen like you have right now. Okay, and all right, see, like that. But on YouTube, I can. It's the platform that I use. I go between a couple platforms right now. I use Restream and StreamYard. I'm going to try the Restream next after tonight's. We're going to try that tomorrow night. I have a different streaming platform where I can bring up all your comments, like in a chat box on the side. But right now, you're on YouTube tonight. I encourage everybody to go on YouTube to comment in the comment section. We're going to talk about a few things. I want to talk about a few technical things when it comes to like Pop Talk, the home icon screen, and things like that. But let's address the elephant in the room. First of all, let me make sure everybody over there on Rumble's doing good. All right, yes, good, good, good. Hey guys, I see you on Rumble right now. I'm looking at your comments. Sorry, I was muted. I do apologize for that. All right, so the elephant in the room, obviously, is Facebook. The past 48 hours, for me personally, have been crazy to say the least. I have lost 3 accounts in the past 48 hours. So here's how it went. Um, the account that just about all of you were following me on my Facebook page before the purge about 2 days ago. Um, that's the account that had the blue verified check mark. So I was part of that purge and they took me down. I did have an emergency backup page. That was always there. Now, the reason this is my reasoning for this, the reason that the emergency backup page was still able to be used, okay, was because I had it deactivated. It was there, but it was not visible to the public. It was deactivated. I knew when a time came that I would reactivate that account for everyone to see. So I had that pretty much hidden from the public view. So that is my only logical, rational guess, I guess, to why that stayed up. That remained up for 24 more hours, give or take. You guys jumped over to that page. It worked out well. And then it was like 3 a.m. That they nailed me. Maybe before that. But it was around that time that they nailed me. And I'm told by you guys as well that I had put out the question. I had asked, did everybody else who created another page after the first initial purge 2 days ago, everybody scrambled to recreate a new page. Did they get taken down? Some said yes to that. I don't know if it was everybody or not, but neither here nor there. So then yesterday, I had created a third page. I didn't want to. I was hesitant about it. And I said, screw it. I'll do it. I'll see what happens. But I decided what I'm going to do is only make it a follow page, accept 0 friend requests. And this afternoon, they took that down. Now, that one is a different situation right now because they have suspended me for 180 days. I did hit the appeal button on it, but I don't count on that. And what it was, they asked me to upload. I'm telling you this information so you know what happens to me. So if it ever happens to you, they told me I made that page. It only had 1 picture on it. That's it. Well, it had a cover pic, but the profile pic, 1 picture, not a single other picture. Was a picture of Julian Assange, and it said political prisoner. when they suspended me and I hit the appeal, they had asked me to upload a real photo of myself. So they're getting real technical there on Facebook. They want everything. They want to know everything about you. They want your ID. They want your phone number. They want everything. Okay. So that's where we're at with that. So I don't know if miraculously that page does appear. Okay. It'll be to my surprise. And I'll get to your comments in a second, guys, and I'll bring them on the screen. It'll be to my surprise. I will let you know. So here's the other thing. I have decided not to make another Facebook page. Okay. As much as that, I appreciate everybody out there. And I put it this way. I have a Facebook page right now. I have a Facebook page, one now, and it only has one friend, and it's not my name. You'll never find me, no matter how hard you search. There's nothing that would identify me at all. It's a TV show character name. I'll put it that way. But I'm only using that to communicate with a couple people via Messenger that way. I really don't go, I'll be honest with you. I never go on Facebook to find news or information. I don't think I've ever done that. I don't get that. Anything that I post, whatever you see posted on my social media accounts, it doesn't come from Facebook. Once in a while, something was sent to me in Messenger over there, and I really appreciated that, the messages, and I would get some information from you guys over there. I think the biggest information that I did receive over there was things that were personal, things that weren't just on the internet at all. Like what was happening in your hometown, or something to do with, I gotta be careful here, something to do with a loved one who is in the service, and getting some information that way. Okay. So that was critical. That was very important information that I would receive from you guys. But I know I'm not worried about that. So here's what I have noticed, and this is the encouraging thing. I realize that I'm not going to have 20,000 people get away from Facebook and follow me. I mean, that's absurd. But I did notice, because of the way the new platform over at Twitter X is set up, you can see your analytics on there and your engagements. I have noticed an incredible uptick since then. So I am grateful for that. I really appreciate that. I've received several messages on my X. Now, if you want to message me and you're okay with the X platform, go there and message me. I received a lot of messages today. I received a lot of incredible, encouraging, and messages of thanks. And I am incredibly humbled by that. And I really appreciate that. You guys keep me going. There's the one thing that I will miss about Facebook is the everyday bombardment, and it's a good bombardment of your encouraging words. I work very hard to make it a platform not about me, but about a community over there. I think Facebook is now understand, let me finish what I'm saying. I think Facebook is a wonderful platform if it wasn't ran by the regime and the censorship campaign that they have in place. And that's the problem. Now, if it wasn't there, I'd be all 100% in promoting Facebook like crazy. They've made it very extremely user-friendly, and that's what we all like about it. It's very easy, user-friendly, and they know that. They know that. So I had told everybody that one thing I want to say, and I'm not scolding anybody. I'm not your father. But I will say this, okay? I warned everybody. I did say that, and I post all the time, my link tree. I constantly said my link tree link to all of my social media accounts is in my bio. It is on every single bio, on Telegram, on X, on YouTube, on Rumble, I think, on on um, what else? All the platforms, even Truth Social. Um, and I told you though that's a way to find me. But I've noticed that when people can't find me, there's a scramble of urgency, and I don't think there ever should be an urgency because you should know how to find me. It's not just about me. This should go at anybody that you follow out here because this is important right now. Now we're going to get into Vladimir Putin and Tucker Carlson in a minute, but I want to talk about this whole thing with Facebook. I want to talk about the other platforms. I want to give you a little uh, quick 101 about X because I got a lot of messages and people are new on X. I get that, and they're trying to familiarize themselves with it. So what it is right now is you again, I'm grateful that you decided to sign up for X and follow me over there, or those of you who are on Telegram. But going over to X, you made a new account, and I'm well aware that you personally told me that you're trying to get used to that platform. Yes, it's different over there. It's not like Facebook at all. First of all, it's really cleaned up from when the other regime owned it and the previous regime. So the majority of bots and everything has been taken care of. It's gone. It's really, I mean, incredibly. Elon has cleaned up that platform majorly, and he's not made it one-sided either. That's what I love most about it. It's not one-sided. On Facebook, I am well aware that just like folks out there who have a big platform, or I'm thinking some names here because I really don't follow anybody on Facebook. I'm trying to think who I'm familiar with. What's her name? Kelly Marie Brady. She has a lot of followers. Okay. I had a lot of followers, but the problem with that, okay, is we were all on the same team. Now, it was great. I realized over a year or so ago, I had an acceptance moment. I said, okay, I'm not going to be waking anybody up. I'm not out there to try and do that no more or red pill anybody because that is over with. I realized that Facebook was a platform. This is a good thing to get critical news and information out on a daily basis. And that's what I did. So, and that's what I continue to do, getting that out there. I love the interaction as a community. I've done these things like right now we're on Rumble, we're on YouTube, etc. Let me check Rumble real quick. Just like, oh, we got quite a few of you on Rumble. I really appreciate that. That's good. I knew the YouTube page would take a little while. Okay, again, go to YouTube it's MindFix. Matter of fact, let me just do this real quick. There, I put my links at the bottom. I updated that at the bottom. I've taken off Facebook. But the great thing about Facebook is the ability to communicate and be a community there. That's what I really liked about it. I really enjoyed that. I think it's hot right now. What I mean as in hot, it's hot as in censorship. I don't know any of the stories what have gone on in the past pretty much 48 hours over there, but I'm sure there's quite a few stories. All right. Bring up a couple comments real quick. We'll get back to. Hey, Liz, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, Tanya, you're right. Thanks, guys, who are watching on Rumble, and those of you on YouTube right now who are commenting as well. Anna, how are you? Anna's one of my biggest supporters, and I really appreciate that. And she just loves this Patriot family. Greetings from International Falls, Minnesota. Very cool. Very cool. Good to see you too, Chuck. I appreciate that. So, yeah, Facebook's community, I really did enjoy that. So, I did have some tricks of the trade over there. Obviously, we're all of you, myself, are up against a security and an algorithm that just is nothing that the average person can compete with. No matter how many tricks we do, I can tell you from experience now, and I'll talk about this, and I can talk all I want about it because I'm not streaming to Facebook right now. The tricks of one trick in particular, I'm going to tell you, does not work. You may think it works, But coming from somebody who had a larger platform per se, okay, I say that with all due humility. I've done every trick. I know about every trick, and going into blocking the fact checkers, putting in fact check, fact checker, fact check, fact checkers plural, all that stuff. That's in my opinion. Maybe at one time it did, but in my opinion, that does not work. I don't see fact checkers at all um, checking on us per se. It's their algorithm. They're recognizing what you're posting. There's so many things that are triggering it, and I couldn't stop that no matter what I did, because I was getting the amount of people who were following, and compared to your pages on your Facebook pages and what you were posting, what you were sharing, what you liked, not just on my page, I'm talking all across Facebook, what you shared, what you communicated with, what you posted. That algorithm picks up on absolutely every little click, from a keyboard stroke to the click of a mouse. They know exactly, and it puts it together. And thank you. I'm like a bloodhound chasing you down, dude. So thankful for everything you do for us. Appreciate that. I know I've got a few people call themselves stalkers, and you know what? I welcome that with open arms. Welcome that with open arms. I know what you mean. Not a bad thing. Not a bad stalker. I think of what's her name? Rose on 2.5 Men, always stalking Charlie Harper. But no, seriously though, I do appreciate you guys. I really do. But the Facebook algorithm is just too smart to outsmart. Okay. So it is what it is. There's a campaign right now. I remember clearly, I chose October, this past October. For those who you've been following me, I chose October to start speaking about 2024. And it was October because I feel October is it's the end of the year, the wind down, if you will. And so I started talking about that, and I warned everybody. I did say, I said, um, 2024, buckle up. You know everything I've said. But the one thing that I did say, which was clearly important, that you know it should be no surprise to us. I said the censorship is coming. 2024 censorship is going to make 2020 censorship look like a walk in the park, um, and it's here, obviously. So I can't fight that. Um, I did put a post up. It's now gone, but I did screenshot it and I put it on my other pages, and it was, I think, today. And I did say, before they took me down, I said I'm not returning to Facebook, but I'm here, but I'm not returning. I'm only here to gather back the audience that I was blessed to have, and to at least take the lead and tell people it is time to leave this platform and get away. I know about staying in the battlefield. I know what a certain number 17 says: to never retreat, never surrender. We're at a point now of, this is not admitting defeat. I think we've done our part in a battle over there. Now, I am well aware that all of you who are still there are going to stay there, and God bless you. Do your thing. All right, keep sharing information with one another, because I know the type of the demographics of Facebook are, at least where we come from, our audience and our community, they're really catered to people who are comfortable there, who are older, like myself. We all have grandkids, things like that. Um, and maybe a bunch don't have another platform. I get that. I know there are people out here too who do have a difficult time, and we're going to get into this now, who do have a difficult time with technology. Okay. Or there's maybe even an intimidation factor, because there is a lot happening. There are a lot of platforms to choose from. All right. The one good thing right now is, hey Debbie. Hey Debbie, how are you? The one good thing about everything right now is you guys don't have to chase me anymore. It's over with, because you got to chase me all the time on Facebook. After today's, I think it makes 38 today, if I'm not correct. I have to go look. So with today's account taken down, that would be 38 accounts. So here we are with 38 accounts gone. And you won't have to chase me anymore. You won't have to worry about here's Bruce's page, here's his backup page. He got the platform. Oh, another one popped up. I know it's difficult. I know it can be confusing. But now I have one page on Telegram. I have one page on X. I have one page on True Social, which I really don't use that much. I'm on Pop Talk. I have a page on there. And you can find my video streams on Rumble and now YouTube. I'm going to use more. These things will be linked to which I talked to the folks over at Pop Talk today, who I work hand in hand with, and we have a target date of 1 week from today of having the website launched. It's have a few little delays, these things happen, but it's ready to go. We just have a few more things to do. All we have to do is press that live button, but we have everything in order. So, and that will grow. So you'll have a one-stop shop with the website, which will be brucesnyder.net, connected to everything Mind Picks TV. And you'll have a one-stop shop. Links to everything, videos, going to put the live streams on there, everything. So you'll never have to worry about that. Okay. So, and I knew this was critical because, again, like I said, the prediction, and all of you are incredibly smart. I just look smart because I have people following me. I have a little bit of a bigger crowd, and here I am on a microphone. So what? Big deal. It's the way I look at it. So it doesn't make me smarter than you. All right, we're all the same. There's so many of you out there who I highly admire because you're incredibly smart out there. And half the time I got to play dumb and pretend I know what I'm talking about. So there's half acting in me. But all kidding aside, I know there's a lot of you have a hard time with technology out there. So let's do one at a time. Let's start with Pop Talk. Okay. So let's do this. Let's share the screen. Let me grab that. Okay, let me do this. Hang on a second. Okay, there we go. Let me do this. So, okay. Actually, I want to go smaller. There we go. All right. So that right now is a shot of my Pop Talk page. Okay, the last post I had put up was a link to both Rumble and there's the YouTube right now. Okay. You'll notice on the Pop Talk page that well, you know what? Let me go to the main page. Let me get off my page here. So there has been a flow. Right now it says I have 848 friends. Okay. And there I am actually at the top. Yeah, good. So here's one. Crystal on here says, new here, not sure how to navigate this platform. Everything lags pretty bad. Any advice on how to utilize this platform or more effectively, let me know. That lagging will pick up. Here, I'd like to say something right now. You guys know how hard that I work. That is no secret. You wouldn't be here if you didn't respect what I do. Okay. I can tell you right now that those folks over at Pop Talk are dedicated to this country. They are working very hard. Their investment in here is mind blowing. And they're doing every day they're working on that site over there. So you are in a pretty much a beginning site of this. I know it's been up for just a minute, but it's still growing. All right. There are bugs they're getting worked out. I know there's a little lag to it. And the reason that some people will say that you are so accustomed right now to big tech's easy platform. Okay. And so that little bit of slightly inconvenience as the platform gets the bugs out, all right, is minor compared to what the action that you can do is by, again, I'm not going to tell you to leave Facebook. But I think your time will come like my time has come, and you'll just get sick of it. And I think the censorship's about to get real, real bad over there. It's not even worth me tossing my hat back in. So, and once you're ready to run away, Pop Talk is the closest thing, in my opinion. It's not me being biased because Art over there has been trying to sell me on it, and he's been wanting me to bring you guys over there, which I completely agree with that. Um, just go over there, sign up. Here's the one thing: it doesn't have an app yet, but let's look at the pros and cons. Those of you right now who say, okay, that some of you don't have room on your phone for another app, or you've got too much in data and storage. Now, number one with that, if you have a phone, the first question you got to ask yourself, how old is your phone? All right. Uh, I suggest number one, if you have an older phone, it is time to step up. All right. And get a new smartphone. Phones are very affordable today. I know we're living in a rough economy. I do update my phone probably every year because I get a discount with my provider. I don't have an iPhone. I'm an Android guy. And I have 64 gigs of space on mine. So I got a lot in there. And I can put a lot of apps on there. So that's one way to add more space. All right. Another thing is going into your settings on your phone. Now, if you are not, number one, here's what you do. All right. Number one, if you are a person who is not tech savvy, the first thing I suggest is asking a family member who is. Maybe you have a grandchild who's all into this. Have them take a look at your phone. It's very simple. You go in your settings and you can clean that stuff up. If you are hoarding pictures and videos in there, that's another reason why. All right. There are ways to keep them. You can back those up. You can download them into a laptop or a desktop and clear all that out. If you have storage like in the cloud or something, you can have it that way. But going into your settings and going into your storage, you can get rid of a lot of crap right away, which will help. Now, here's the positive thing right now about Pop Talk if we're looking at the glass half full. All right. Since they're still waiting on approval to have an app in the App Store, which they are still, and I'm not saying bad about them. I'm talking about the regime waiting to approve them. You will not use any storage up at all. You will not eat any data up at all on your phone because it's coming from the browser. Right now, what you're seeing on your screen is not an app; it's from the browser. And the beautiful thing about that is, again, you won't have to worry about storage space at all because it's like you hit Google. I'm sure most of you probably use Google. I assume you hit the open Google and web browser and you just put in Pop Talk. It's poptalk.io. And it will take you just directly to the browser. Now, what you can do, and I got to bring myself back up here now. Okay, so let's do this. All right. So what you can do, and I told everybody I'd show them. All right. Here's my phone. So I'm going to have to do this. Okay. So here's my phone. All right. And there's my my home screen. All right. And then if you go down, I have all of you probably have I'll do it this way. All of you probably have a Google. Oop, that's Firefox. I use several. So like I have Firefox, I have uh, Google, and the other one my son turned me on to is what's it called? Opera. Anyways, I'll open up Google. Okay, well, let me do this. I'll start a new tab. Okay, so there's Google. Everybody around the world. All right. And now if I would go into let's say I want to go into Pop Talk. It doesn't matter what you go into, to be honest with you. Let me find it here. All right, so let me just open this up. All right, so I go into Pop Talk, and there's a login. All right. Yeah, kind of see it right there. So let me log in. And you don't even have to go this far, but I'll do it because I'll actually do it for you. All right. All right. Unfortunately, I've got this on the wrong view. So I'm actually in Pop Talk right now. Normally it'll be bigger on your screen. I get that. It's just my settings on my screen right now with this Google. But all you need to do in the upper right-hand corner, okay? You see those 3 dots? There's 3 dots in your up. I'm going to click them, and then that comes on your screen. All right. I know it's probably kind of out of focus. You see, if you look down where it says go down about near the bottom, it's under translate. It says add to home. Hit that button. Okay. I'll do it with you because I got to see where I'm at. All right. Add to home. Now look, that's what's going to say for you. Now it's actually that's I open Pop Talk, and that is on my Pop Talk page. And if I were to hit add, all you gotta do is hit add. That's it. Simple as that. And add. Oh, that was actually my group page. And add. All right. Now if I close the browser out, okay, and I show you that, right there is what I just did. It just put a Pop Talk icon that looks like an app on your cell phone. It is that simple. That is all you have to do, and now it's there. And then you can move it over to your main home screen or whatever you do on your phone. It's that simple. Just hit that. There, you got it's. There's your app. In so many words, I realize it's coming from the browser, but it's the same thing. I'm making it as simple as possible for you guys. And I said that I'd walk you through this. Of course, I said that a couple nights ago, but I didn't expect to get the axe over on Facebook. Excuse me. So again, give it a chance. My advice is to absolutely sign up for Pop Talk for those of you who love Facebook. There's a lot to navigate on Pop Talk, not in an intimidating way. They have a lot going on over there with Pop Talk, with video, music. They got a whole thing set up just like YouTube. There is a lot to explore over there, and they have some big plans, and I'm glad that I'm a part of that with them. I'm glad to be a part of that. So come on over. Come on over to Pop Talk. It's friendly. You'll never be censored, ever. You'll never be deplatformed. I guarantee you that. All right. So we move over to the other one. Let's go to X. Let me do that. All right. So we'll add that to the stage. Okay. So you guys have seen me do a live stream before and bring up X to the platform. All right. This particular segment of this podcast is for everybody that's fairly new and has a lot of questions that have just jumped ship over to X. So there is a bright side to all this. If I look at things, when things happen that suck in life, I always look at glass half full or there's a meaning to everything. It's just the approach I take in life. So now I'm thankful for the Facebook regime to get rid of me because it's now forced a lot of people to move. I've been wanting to make X my premiere. I'm on all the other platforms, but I want to make it my premiere social media platform because it has a lot of incredible incentives over there. All right. So, mind you, right now, what you're watching is that I'm on a desktop. This is not the mobile app, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's probably exactly the same thing, just a little bit of a different view, most likely, because I'm on a studio desktop. All right. All right. So let's say, so right here, let's go with this person. All right. This Michael Ray. What he did here, folks, so you know, is he shared. I think he did. Yes. And so he did share. This one's a little complicated because I'm going to, it's not hard, but it's not one to start with. Let me go down a little bit. Let me see here. Obama faked his name, religion, wife, kids, birthplace, nationality, education, and career. And then he sealed his records in his first executive order to stop Americans from finding out. True story right there. All right. So Yeah, I follow Live Golf over there. I love it. And yes, I follow All Elite. You're seeing who I follow. Well, there I am right there. All right, so here's an example. Here's actually somebody. Here's my post from 7 hours ago, and Maggie reposted it. So what she did is what used to be called tweeting. She retweeted it. Now it's just reposting. All right, so she reposted it. Now you'll notice right here. All right, is that I think you guys can see the 28 right there. The first one is always the comments, the replies. So there's 28 comments on this particular post of mine. Right here, the 13 with the arrows, those are reposts, like Maggie did. She reposted my tweet. And then there's only one like button right now on, and it's a heart. And those are likes, 205. And then I think you guys get to see that over there. I'm not sure if it's you guys. I think you do. This had over 2,000 engagements on this particular tweet or post, whatever I'm still getting you saying tweet. Okay, now if we go into it, let's open up the comments. I have no idea. All right, probably looked at. Okay, so obviously this post was something about my engagements. Okay, yeah, perfect. On X and Telegram have increased since my Facebook suspension 2 days ago. I lost 3 accounts in 48 hours. I appreciate you all for following me here and on Telegram. I can clearly see that you folks will follow me wherever I go. I'm super grateful, humble. I'll always give you 100% every single day. That is true. And then you'll notice people with their comments. So think about Facebook, all right? And they're commenting. They're separate comments, all right? But underneath their comment, like this one here with Beverly, all right, there's a 2 underneath her name. There's 2 comments replying to her comment. All you do, all right, is hit there and open it up. And actually, there was more. I take that back. And there's several comments below. And you can interact with that comment just like you did on Facebook. And you can post your own reply right there. So I can post a reply and say, like right now, I'll do this in real time with you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, and I misspelled it. And thank goodness I have this. And again. Okay. And then you'll see 1 second ago, I put that. So that's the basic. I know this seems like beginner stuff for some of you. You're well aware of this. You've been out there. Okay. I'm just trying to help the folks who are brand new and not tech savvy. Okay. So, and if we go back to the main screen, so I'm at so these are just, it only shows a 20 over here. That means notifications I have. So these are all your notifications. You're going to get this on your phone and you're going to see replies. So there's all verified, and then there's mentions. So you can go to mentions and see people will tag you or put your name in it. And my handle on Twitter, on X, is Real Bruce SNYDER. And these are replies. Finally found you, been deleted from Facebook. Awful. Yes, I am. For those of you just joining, I am gone from Facebook, not by my own choice. Okay. Again, you can take what is this? Film festival is absolutely mind-boggling. What an honor from my store. This is Stormy Daniels. I guess I'm still following her because I was following her during that craziness. So she's going to be in a film festival. So this is breaking news right now, live on the air with Bruce SNYDER, Stormy Daniels. Peacock original. There you go. Can't wait to see that. Not. All right. So here's Douglas McGregor. Okay. And if you want like this, for example, he's got, and you can see him going in real time. 9 comments, 22 reposts, 124 reposts, 117 likes, and almost 2,000 engagement. You can just click on the actual comment itself, this whole thing, and see that's why the bars are there, the lines separate it. And you can open it up and it'll open up bigger for you. And it'll just take you right to the comments. Okay. And it usually says it only shows you a few. You hit more replies. And you can go on there and interact. The thing with X, though, I will not treat X like Facebook, where I was very much of a kind of a policeman because of the number of paid trolls that would come and infiltrate, and the Telegram scammers. I would always block those. On here, We don't get that problem really too much at all, like we did on Facebook. Once in a while, you'll get some idiots in there, and then you can just block them. But for the most part, I allow that interaction. There are people who are, like okay, if we go to mine right now, okay, so we go to my page, and make sure we're still good here. I want to go to your comments too. How do bookmarks work? Okay, and thank you. You just joined Pop Talk. Fantastic. Oh, there you go. You have only 12 gigs of memory, 250 gig storage, and there you go. Oh, there you go. Shout out to Art at Pop Talk. I'm on it. Art from Pop Talk. He is awesome. Art is fantastic. Art runs that show over there, and he's a phenomenal human being. I've talked to Art several times, and he's something else. And he's a good man of God too. Just throwing it out there, not trying to tweak his ego. All right, so if we go on here, hold on, we'll get to that in the bookmarks and all that in a second. So this is my page, all right? And oh wait, I have to hold on a second here. Let me do a refresh. Okay, there we go. So post. So on your page, see where it says posts? Okay, so my last post was wait a minute here. Oh, I know why this came up because I just commented on there. That's why I came back up to the top. Okay, I forgot. But because I put a thank you, everyone, right there. All right. So I put I am live. I am now live. I put a link for YouTube. I put a link for Rumble, and then back into the news stories. This is a good one here.
It was rigged from the start.
We'll play this.
Didn't even count Nevada. That wasn't anything we were looking at. We knew that was rigged from the start.
Sure.
Our focus is on South Carolina, Michigan, Super Tuesday. Didn't even count Nevada.
That's a fantastic video right there. All right. So here, for example, 3 hours ago, my Putin video post triggered all the kissing Zelensky lovers. Stick around, snowflakes. I have so much more in store for you, and I do. Let's go to that post. It was a video of Putin, and you'll see this video I posted today, 6 hours ago, has reached 41,000 people. Okay, and we have 62 comments, almost 500 likes, 89 reposts. Okay, now if you go in here, you're going to probably see a little bit of a war. All right, so you could tell before I even read that, you could see the Ukraine flag. All right. So they're attacking me. All right. I could have done it. So they're making excuses. They're attacking me. All right. Because what I posted was, if I shared this video on Twitter just a couple of years ago, because what I'm referring to is the other regime that owned Twitter, I would have been suspended faster than a speeding bullet. And it's a video showing highlights Putin. And I replied back, and oh, here we go. So you got to see that. I have not seen this, and you'll see this in real time with me. So I said, "Nice Ukraine in your flag, LOL." All right. Yes, it's a little bit of a war out there, and I have fun. This is how I have fun. I mean, Lord knows I need it. So let's find out what this guy said to me. I can only imagine. Dumbest thing you've read all day, right? Okay. Trump is headed for prison. A picture of baby Trump, or me crying, but they have a Ukraine flag. Yeah, I like countries that appreciate and will fight and die for democratic values, and rooting out for Russian corruption. Something Mogtards, Magatards, I would assume. And then, of course, well, it's a little rated R there, folks. But you see what you go through. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to not do. I'm not going to block that person. And this is why. One, because I treat this totally different than Facebook. This is absolutely free speech here. You would have to really cross a line for me to block. Or if you're scam and selling something, that's everybody does that. You get blocked. But I'm not going to block any of that. Okay. The reason I'm not going to block any of that is I'd like people to engage. Now, if they want to fight it out in there, let them fight it out. But I'm in the hopes, all right, that these folks that see this, I realize they have no defense. I get that. Um, but in the hopes that they keep seeing my stuff, people like myself, or I have a very small platform on Twitter compared to a lot of big people names out there. I'm hoping to reach that status though. But people, they're following, and they're watching every word, like they'll watch everything that Trump posts. So, in hopes and in light that they get it one day and they finally say, you know what, they're right. So, all right. In the comments section, if you're on YouTube, and even if you're on Rumble right now, I can't show your comments, but I'm looking at them right now. All right. You can pin. Okay, I'm feeding off your comments on Rumble right now. You can pin tweets on um, Twitter. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'll do that for you right now. I'll show you one. Go to my profile. I just hit my picture, kind of similar to Facebook in that aspect. So I'll do that. I'll pin this one, and I have a few extra features. I'm going to pin this. So watch. I can highlight or pin. I'm going to pin it. So now it's pinned. It was just saying my engagements have increased, and thank you everybody. Now I have a blue check mark. I'm verified on there. I'm going to have a few extra things. I don't recall what they are compared to not having that blue check mark, but it's not that big of a difference. The big thing with the blue check mark that I chose to get it's not because I wanted a little blue check next to my name. You get that. That's the bonus. I wanted it because with the blue check, you could put more characters in your post, longer form video as well. That's a big deal to me. Having longer form post and video length. That was the number one reason that I do that. Okay. So that's pinned there. Again, you can go to replies. You can just hit your replies and find out who replied to you. Any highlights, okay, as well. Media just means all the media that I have posted on Twitter. It's like a collection. It's like a storage for you in a way. It's not exactly storage, but it's assembled like a storage. So you can go on, just hit on anybody's Twitter X page, and hit that media button, and you'll see all their pictures, just like on Facebook, all lumped together, pictures and videos, all put together, and it'll go through the entire history. Okay, so if you're looking something for immediate, or you see something that attracts your eye, like I'll just scroll down like mad right here, right now, or go a couple days because I do post an awful lot. So let's say, like here, this was it's got the link. This was Trump's lawyer, and all you gotta do is hit it. All right, and then I'm gonna pause it, and then off to the right, okay, you'll see engagements over there, okay, and any comments. So that's how that works, and then you can just go right back up. Let me go back up. Come on, and go back to post. So if we go back to the main page right now. All right, so we'll refresh it. All right, so let's see. This is a repost from February 5th. It's Technofog. Technofog is a very good account to follow. I will tell you that right now. Follow Technofog. All right. And you're noticing a lot of names that I do follow. I have followed. I follow back a lot of you today, as a matter of fact. I try to do that periodically, so I will follow most of you back. Don't feel like you got left out. It's not on purpose. Just happens that I just do it when I have time. The most prolific serial killer of all time. All right, so let me go to your comments again. All right. Let's see. I can just share links for longer videos, but no, correct. It doesn't matter, even if you don't have a check mark. That's regardless. You could share the videos with the long videos. Very simple. Just like Facebook. It's like sharing on Facebook. Same thing. It's just the only little bit of a difference in X is the comment section. You don't have that. You got to. It's not hard. It's just different. Slightly different. You got to get a little bit used to it if you're brand new compared to what you're used to at Facebook. Okay. So there is a little. I'll say this, okay? X is a premier platform to getting a lot of information. It is so much better than Facebook by far. Telegram is so much better than Facebook by far. Now, Telegram is not set up as user friendly or easy as Facebook is, like what has that community feel. But Telegram has a lot of good stuff on there, and there's a lot of accounts that I just don't find anywhere else that I find on there that gives me great information from other parts of the world. Put it that way. All right. Another thing too, for all of you who have, here's another thing that's very critically important. All right, and let me do this. I'm gonna come up here. I'll go back in a second if you have any more. Oh, you asked about a bookmark. I've never used the bookmark. Hold on, let me bring that back. I'll go to the bookmark in a second. What I wanted to say was, hold on, let me write this down so I don't forget. The bookmark. Let's do that. Let's bookmark something together. Okay, so let me find something. I don't want garbage. All right, let's say if I wanted to bookmark this page, rather, right here. So there's a bookmark. Wait, added to your bookmarks. Add to folder. All bookmarks. Okay. New blue account test. Looks like I added that at one point in time. So I guess, let me see. This here is for, I know for a fact this is AI. That's for premium subscribers only. AI it's pretty fun. I gotta admit, you hit that, you ask Grok anything, you know. It says I could roast myself if I do that and be vulgar. So if I want to hear the AI make fun of me because I want to laugh at myself, I can do that. This is where I got the really nice feedback from AI about MindPix TV. Gosh, hold on. Oh, here we go, right there. All right, so you hit your three dots off to the left, and I'm not. Let me look on my phone. Hold on, stay with me. Let me look on my phone. I'll bring up my phone. I can't bring the phone up. There's the layout's probably different. So if you're on your phone right now, looks like. Okay, hold on. So if you go on your phone and you hit your profile picture in the upper left-hand corner, all right, hit that profile picture, and then it will open up a menu for you. It'll show you following, how many you're following, how many followers you have, and then it'll say profile, bookmarks, lists, spaces, monetization, all that in your settings. So it's just like over here what you're looking at. And so if you hit bookmarks, and your bookmarks will be in there, and then obviously I did a test, so I bookmarked something with Elon saying "power to the people," and so if we go back, let's see what this is. Hold on, create a folder. Oh man, I did not want you guys to see that. You're gonna find me now. I'm gonna have to change my name. And you can create a new folder. That's funny. And that's all you have to do. So there's your bookmark. There's the answer to your bookmark. Okay. All right. So here's the other thing. Let me remove this. Let me come back up here. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. So there you go. Thanks. That's what I needed. So there's bookmarks, and that's a way to save things. It's really good to do. Yes, and that's another important thing. It does help me out a great deal. Anytime you're like the podcast right now, hit that like button and hit that subscribe or follow button, depending on what platform you're on. Same thing. And always hit that like button. It helps me a great deal with the algorithm. So on Telegram now, and I was just talking about you folks who are complaining about now Telegram will eat up your phone, but it doesn't have to. All right. You go into Telegram. I can't do it on your screen, okay? Because it won't. I'm on a desktop, and it doesn't have this feature. But if I go onto my phone right now, Okay, so I'll open up my Telegram. I know it's kind of blurry. So what you want to do is you want to hit in the upper left-hand corner, those three dots, just like on any platform like Facebook has to, where it goes to your settings, hit those three lines. All right, then you open it up. I don't think you're gonna. All right. So you open those three lines on your Telegram. This will clean up your phone. All right. All right. So when it gives you the options, when you open those up, go into settings. It's going to open that up on your Telegram. This is very important. This one's probably the most important one because I learned the hard way in the beginning of my Telegram days. Is like I got to clean up my phone like once a week. It's very simple. It takes 10 seconds. Go into settings, hit data and storage. Okay. And then hit storage. I got to hit storage uses. Now it shows you there. I know it's kind of blurry. I'm using 10.6 gigabytes in my storage. Okay. All I have to do, and we'll do this together. Most important thing right there. Do this once a week with your phone on Telegram. Hit this, and I'm going to clean it up with you right now in real time. Clear cache. Now watch. Oh, yes. Okay. So clear cache. No, see, it's cleaning it. I'm cleaning my Telegram with you right now. And there we go. It's all gone. What that does, it won't slow down your phone because if you build too much up with that particular app, your phone will start acting funny. It'll slow it down. You'll notice it and you'll say, what's going on with my phone? That will clean the daylights out of it. Now, if you did not know this and you've had Telegram on your phone, go in there and do exactly what I did just now. Rewind the video after this live is over and just watch it. Okay. And I'm an hour and 2 minutes in. So that's the marks. Come back around an hour and 1 minute. All right. That is so important. You'll find out it will do wonders for you. And I do that once a week. That's all, once a week. All right. So, Bruce, how do I set Pop Talk to show most recent posts? All right. So, what I'd like to do is there are a few things on Pop Talk that I don't have the answer for. I do promise you that I will get those answers for you. I have a text messages with Art over here. All right. Now, Art, if you're listening, which he usually is, but he might not be. But if you are listening, I want Art to. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to do this right now. Let's do this. I have a great idea. So we're going to do this. Share this tab. Here's what we're going to do for everyone. Okay. We're going to do it together. All right. So I'm on my Pop Talk page right now. And I actually got to go on the page. So there's a lot of interaction over there. Appreciate that. There's my page. So I'm going to put a post up right now. So I'm going to write this post is to answer all of your questions about I am tagging Art. Tag Art. And that is the guy who runs the show, and he's very good about interacting. I'm tagging Art Ross right now, COO of Pop Talk, Pop Global Media, to answer all of your questions. So we're doing that right now for you guys. Please post your questions below. Okay. All right, there we go. And I'll put a little. There we go. Okay. And share. Now that's live. And Art is tagged and he can answer all your questions. There are there are some things that I can't answer because I've not had the time and luxury, but I will now to really get deep into pop talk because there's a lot going on my end. But I know what you're talking about when you just asked that question. That was on Rumble, I do believe. Oh no, it was. I have it on the screen, don't I? Yes. How do I set pop talk to show most reasons? Um, do me a favor and post that question on pop talk on that post. Art will get back to you and answer that. Okay. All right. I think you're talking about it'll take a long time to clear if you've never done it. I don't think it will take that long to clear at all if you've never cleaned it. If you have Telegram, like I said, you got to go in there and clean that storage out and clear that cache. Okay, get that out of there. That's how I say the cache. Clear the cache. All right, perfect. All right, let me jump over to and then let me get into the news. So we're gonna end there with the technical stuff. All right. Thanks, guys. I'm on Rumble right now. I appreciate that. The first hour of the show was pretty much all technical. It was about my suspension at Facebook, technical questions being answered. So I'll wrap this up with this, and then I want to get into Tucker Carlson. All right. I'll wrap this up with this. Excuse me, with the whistle. All right. So let me get rid of this. All right. Just again, I'm no longer on Facebook. You see at the bottom of your screen, Pop Talk, X, Telegram, all the premieres. Those are the premieres for sure. I will say that I use X and Telegram the most out of all of them. Doesn't mean I'm not posting elsewhere. I have True Social. I really don't use it. I probably should get in the habit of using it a little bit more. There is a place, and I know, I'm not a sellout. All right. And I'm willing to take my own chances. I'm getting an awful lot of engagement on TikTok. All right. So I am over there and I'm posting on a regular basis now. I have not even touched the surface, let alone scratched the surface of uploading me onto TikTok and putting out video after video. I plan on doing that here shortly to get more interaction. I need to reach 10,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 2,500. I just started. In order for me to get the incentive of going live on there. So I'll get there, but I am on there. I like it a lot. I know. All right. Here's my argument all the time. People will say to me, well, that's a Chinese-based platform, blah, blah, blah. Look at Facebook in your own backyard. All right. The most censorship, and they want to know everything about you. Because when you get suspended or you just get all of a sudden out of the clear blue sky that you need to enter your double factor authentication. I said that wrong. And upload and I know you guys. I know. Don't lie to me. I know you guys wanted to get back in and you had to upload your driver's license, and I know many of you have. Yes, I'm going to go on record right now and say I have done that. I know it was foolish, but I'm like, well, screw it. They know everything about me. Good thing was it was expired. It was one of my old expired. It's an old address. But yeah, I just that's the way I look at it. You wanted to stay in the battle. So the Chinese have stuff on your government has everything on you. I'm more afraid of the US government than I am of China or Russia. And that is the absolute truth. Absolute truth. So, all right, let's go to here. Yes, like, subscribe, click on that bell to receive notifications for his channel. Thank you very, very much. Yes, I'm getting to a point where I need help. I do. I need some folks who got the real time in life to help me. All right, so let's do this. All right, let's break this down. Let's do this together. We will be live together on the air tomorrow night. All right, we're on hour number 2. Tomorrow night, I will come on here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern. We'll 15 minutes before the big interview tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Moscow time. Tucker will release that video to the world. So we will watch it together. Okay. So I figure we could watch it together. I am told that he interviewed Putin for 2 hours. It probably will be edited down and to be probably an hour-ish. That sounds about right. All right. So it's probably going to be, a little long, but I'm going to be hanging on to every word for sure. But you can always catch the replay. Oh, good. You sat down and watched the Snowden movie last night. Good for you. All right. I put a post out yesterday. Now, I want everybody to think about this. We are in February of 2024. You have Tucker Carlson over in Moscow who just interviewed Vladimir Putin. Who have they been censoring? Who have they put sanctions on? Who have they tried to shut up? They banned everything you could possibly ban. RT, you name it. Facebook's the worst, by the way. And you have now what the mainstream media tries to do is make fun of Tucker Carlson and attack him and discredit him, because they even say things. This is the craziest thing, the most absurd I think it was a headline, or no, it was in an article. I was reading the propaganda left articles, the machine articles, and it's that Tucker Carlson is an unemployed journalist who no longer works at Fox without a job. I laughed at that. He's making more money than any journalist in the world right now. Guaranteed on his own away from Fox. He doesn't need Fox's paycheck. His numbers went through the roof. He is known all around the world. Everybody in the world knows him. He has the biggest platform in the world. He's proved it with the Trump interview, and he will break records tomorrow night with the Tucker Carlson interview as well. Yes, I am told it's going to be on Twitter. And so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to play this, 5 minutes? I'm going to play this 5-minute clip. Yes, but we're going to do this differently. I'm going to play that 5-minute video of Tucker that was posted yesterday. Now we know that it will be released tomorrow at 6 p.m. We're going to do this together, and I'm going to pause it along the way. And I'd like to interject a few things. All right? Yes. Okay. Yes. If you're on YouTube, take down comments, hit the bell for notifications. Correct. YouTube will notify you when I'm live. That is absolutely correct. Well, they're supposed to do that. The reason I haven't been streaming to YouTube on a regular basis is because they're the enemy. But I'm here, and we'll see how that works out. But Rumble is a premiere as well. All right, let's do this together. All right, I'm going to play this clip, and we're going to pause it along the way.
We're in Moscow tonight. We're here to interview the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin. We'll be doing that soon. There are risks to conducting an interview like this, obviously.
Okay, so we're going to stop it right there. Let me do this. All right, so I'll put myself up here like this. All right. Why am I okay. I don't know why. I'm glitching a little bit. I don't know why over here. I have no idea. Let me try this.
So we thought about it carefully.
Okay. So he just said there are risks to conducting an interview like this, obviously. He is more at risk right now, not because he's in Russia. He's more at risk because in so many ways, he's viewed as defying the United States. That's the risk. All right, let's go.
Obviously. So we thought about it carefully over many months. Here's why we're doing it. First, because it's our job. We're in journalism. Our duty is to inform people.
There you go. As much common sense as that is why we're all here. This is why I am here. This is why many of you are here, is just to inform one another. We've been labeled as conspiracy theorists and crazy nut jobs on the right and part of the MAGA extremists for a long time. This is absolutely dead on as it can get.
2 years into a war that's reshaping the entire world, most Americans are not informed. They have no real idea what's happening in this region, here in Russia or 600 miles away in Ukraine. But they should know. They're paying for much of it in ways they might not fully yet perceive. The war in Ukraine is a human disaster. It's left hundreds of thousands of people dead, an entire generation of young Ukrainians, and it's depopulated the largest country in Europe. But the long-term effects are even more profound.
Okay, I'd like to say something about that. They have lost many people in Ukraine, soldiers, if you will. You have to look at the big picture. The mainstream media, and I'll play that nutjob Bennett because I said I'd comment on it. I have his video loaded shortly ago on Fox tonight. How Ukraine has been shoved down our throats we have to save Ukraine. We must stand with Ukraine, send our money to Ukraine. All right. The people of Ukraine, those type of things. And that's propaganda. It's propaganda. And it's the wording that they put out there. The real story is it's not so much, yes, Russia has killed soldiers. They are fighting. But if you really want to look at the big picture and examine things, NATO is killing people. They are putting people in harm's way. They are pushing this war. I bet you, I can just say, I am going to come to defense right now. As crazy as this sounds, listen to what I have to say. I'm going to come to the defense of Zelensky a little bit, just a little bit. That defense is because of the pressure that he is under, and he has no choice. He is a puppet, just like Joe Biden is a puppet. He is put in place for your television screen at home. All right? That is the only reason he is there. That is why Joe Biden's in place. They are not making any decisions whatsoever. If anybody's to blame for this, it is NATO. And the history of why Russia is in there, because NATO kept pushing further and further and further after the Cold War. Once that wall came down.
This war has utterly reshaped the global military and trade alliances. And the sanctions that followed have as well. And in total, they have upended the world economy. The post-World War II economic order, the system that guaranteed prosperity in the West for more than 80 years, is coming apart very fast, and
yes,
along with it, the dominance of the US dollar. These are not small changes. They are history-altering developments. They will define the lives of our grandchildren. Most of the world understands this perfectly well. They can see it. Ask anyone in Asia or the Middle East what the future looks like. And yet the populations of the English-speaking countries seem mostly unaware.
The populations of the English-speaking countries seem unaware. That is so true. This has been the number one thing in all of my work on a daily basis that irks me the most. We talk about people being asleep, all right? That's one thing. But the lack of information and them bearing the information, for me personally, because you know how much I follow things when it comes to these world events, the world war, and especially right now in this time with Putin in Russia. I follow it so closely. And nobody is giving it any due justice or any balance. Nope, it's completely biased. It's one-sided on every network, including Fox News. If there might be even worse. There is not one major Western news organization out here giving you the truth when it comes to what's going on in the war with Ukraine. Not one. The American people are being lied to on a mass scale, and they are buying it because of technology. And what I mean by that is because they have created short attention spans. They have short attention spans due to things like TikTok, etc. And they believe headlines without reading or researching. That is incredibly scary. Let's keep going here.
They think that nothing has really changed. And they think that because no one has told them the truth. Their media outlets are corrupt. They lie to their readers and viewers. And they do that mostly by omission. For example, since the day the war in Ukraine began, American media outlets have spoken to scores of people from Ukraine, and they have done scores of interviews with Ukrainian President Zelensky. We ourselves have put in a request for an interview with Zelensky, and we hope he accepts. But the interviews he's already done in the United States are not traditional interviews. They are fawning pep sessions specifically designed to amplify Zelensky's demand that the U.S. enter more deeply into a war in Eastern Europe and pay for it. That is not journalism. It is government propaganda.
There you go.
Propaganda of the ugliest kind, the kind that kills people. At the same time, our politicians and media outlets have been doing this, promoting a foreign leader like he's a new consumer brand. Not a single Western journalist has bothered to interview the president of the other country involved in this conflict, Vladimir Putin. Most Americans have no idea why Putin invaded Ukraine or what his goals are now.
So I'd like to interject here for a minute. This is one thing that they're jumping all over Tucker Carlson about. I posted Christiane Amanpour, who called him out and says, "You're a liar." Journalists are all putting in requests in to Putin to get an interview. Let me say this. Yes, I believe her. Okay, I'm sure they are. But let's define journalist. I think that's what we need to do. We need to have a definition, and we need to also make a decision. Just because you are on a network television station, you get a nice hefty paycheck, and you live comfortably, and you're blasted in everyone's living rooms on a TV screen, and you have a label at the bottom that says CNN or MSNBC, does not make you a journalist. There are more journalists out here telling the truth and giving the proper information to the people out in the world, and they are completely and I know I sound biased because I'm tooting my own horn, and they're completely I know you appreciate me. They're completely unappreciated, unrecognized, and way underpaid. And we're out here doing the job of these journalists who are making millions of dollars to be on your television TV screen. And they are lying to you. Let's keep going.
They've never heard his voice. That's wrong. Americans have a right to know all they can about a war they're implicated in. And we have the right to tell them about it because we are Americans too. Freedom of speech is our birthright. We were born with the right to say what we believe. That right cannot be taken away no matter who is in the White House. But they're trying anyway. Almost 3 years ago, the Biden administration illegally spied on our text messages and then leaked the contents to their servants in the news media. They did this in order to stop a Putin interview that we were planning. Last month, we're pretty certain they did exactly the same thing once again. But this time, we came to Moscow anyway. We are not here because we love Vladimir Putin. We are here because we love the United States.
That's right.
We want it to remain prosperous and free. We paid for this trip ourselves. We took no money from any government or group. Nor are we charging people to see the interview. It is not behind a paywall. Anyone can watch the entire thing, shot live to tape and unedited, on our website, tuckercarlson.com. Elon Musk, to his great credit, has promised not to suppress or block this interview once we post it on his platform, X, and we're grateful for that. Western governments, by contrast, will certainly do their best to censor this video on other less principled platforms because that's what they do.
So, Tucker Carlson just told you yesterday, that they're going to try and censor you. Well, guess what? The first hour of this video was about censorship. I lost 3 Facebook accounts in 48 hours. And all of you know plenty of people, and probably some of you listening right now, or one of you, have lost your account as well. They started early because this is coming. Could this possibly be what 17 said? 6 o'clock can be dangerous. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock, this airs. Will it air? Will there be a cyber attack for all we know? But if there's not, and it does air, get ready for the propaganda machine to go in full force. I'll warn you now, be careful on Facebook. All right. Just be careful. Be smart. I just don't know what else to say over there. But here we are on the eve of, and it's going to be amazing tomorrow as we near 6 p.m. What little things happen. Just pay attention.
They are afraid of information they can't control. But you have no reason to be afraid of it. We are not encouraging you to agree with what Putin may say in this interview, but we are urging you to watch it. You should know as much as you can. And then, like a free citizen and not a slave, you can decide for yourself. Thanks.
Okay, so there's that video right there. So it comes tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And I want to see something real quick here. I don't know why I have a lag right now. I hope I'm not lagging on your screen. If I am, I do apologize. Something weird. I'll tell you what, right now, here's what happened to me today. And because of what I just talked about and what Tucker just said, I lost my internet today 2 times. And that's bizarre, 2 times. And for a little length too. And then believe it or not, I don't want to be Joe conspiracy theorist. My phone is acting up real bad ever since I've been taken down off of Facebook. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just told you all how important it is. You got Tucker Carlson, which I just played in there, as a independent. He's now an independent journalist over there interviewing Putin. They are doing this to him right now. Let's put this up here. Hold on. I'll put it on your screen. Here's what they're doing to him. All right. The deep state's calling for travel ban against Tucker Carlson for daring to interview Putin. So they're trying to put a travel ban on him. None of us know. Videos show that he's still there. He's still in Russia. I hope he takes his time in Russia. I want to see more than just Putin. I want to see him bring back video of the streets, the economy, booming business, and how the average American citizen, not just, I have a video of how they feel about Tucker, but how they feel about the West and what is truly going on in the war on information. This picture is painted how bad Russia is, and that is not even true. You have that going on right now. You have Julian Assange. We're talking February 2024. Okay, in less than 2 weeks, 13 days from today. 13 days. On February 20th and 21st, 2 days in the British court. This is the final appeal for him to try to save his life. This is about extradition to the United States of doing exactly what Tucker Carlson is doing. Sure, Julian Assange had WikiLeaks, put out the emails, showed the video, the terrible video of U.S. soldiers and what they did over there in Afghanistan, and exposed that to the world. Julian Assange did not do anything illegal. He did not. His source, which was Chelsea Manning, gave him that access to that video, what happened, and they want to bury him. He's sitting in Belmarsh prison right now, and they're trying to pin charges on him. He's facing 175 years in a U.S. prison, and in 2 weeks, we find out what his fate is. And if he's extradited here, which unfortunately I think he will be, because the UK kisses the boot of the United States, and they'll do whatever, pretty much what we say. So he's probably coming here. The one reason that Julian Assange is still alive is because of the people. They have not let this story go. They realize it was an independent journalist, did nothing wrong, and just put out the truth. He put out information. He didn't harm anybody. The only people that he harmed was the deep state, the corruption. And now they want to bury him for that underneath the jail. He's already had a stroke inside a Belmarsh prison. His health has declined rapidly. And if he comes to the U.S., he'll never see the light of day. They don't want to kill him directly because they don't want to make him a martyr. Just like Donald Trump right now. I mean, if their back's against the wall, but I don't know if they want to even go that road either. But they will. I know they will. And I pray about that every day for the protection of our president. We are living in very serious times. And then you got Edward Snowden, who I posted about yesterday. And I said, just if you don't know the story, just watch that movie. Start there. And then there's documentaries out about Edward Snowden. Watch that. Glenn Greenwald did that document. That documentary is incredible. Glenn, I am shocked that Glenn Greenwald is still allowed to work in his own independent media in the U.S. I'm surprised he's not in prison. But I don't think they wanted to do that. But watch that, because that guy in that Snowden movie, the guy interviewing him, that was Glenn Greenwald. So you can watch that documentary. So we got Edward Snowden over there living in Russia because it's the safest place on earth for him without being killed or arrested and detained and extradited back to the U.S. He can't leave Russia. So we have all this going on right now. And Assange and Snowden are in those drops. So, but you got Assange court happening on the 20th and 21st of this month. You got Tucker doing exactly what Assange was doing to a point, just giving the world information. Tucker's about to do that tomorrow, and now they want to persecute him. I'm sure they want him arrested and tried for treason. But it's okay for other media networks to interview Putin. You got this idiot here. Listen to this. This is on Fox News a little while ago, earlier tonight.
Has spent on this. Now, you might say, well, Europe has more to lose than we do. I suppose that's possible because they live closer to Ukraine. But what I would say is this. Unlike almost any other dollar that the Department of Defense spends, the money that Ukraine has spent, Neil, they have the receipts, and their receipts are they've taken back half of the Russian territory that Putin stole from them. Their receipts are the best.
Number one, Michael Bennett is off his rocker. I don't know if he's drunk. Putin did not steal anything. And secondly, we're going to keep going here. To give you this image that Ukraine took half of it back is a lie. Let's keep going.
Battles that they've won, battle after battle after battle, starting with the battle for Kyiv, which they were supposed to lose in 72 hours, and Zelensky was going to be replaced. He's still the president. They have thrown Putin out of the Black Sea and opened it up for grain to be shipped all over the world. And by the way, they've done.
Sir, I'm going to say this as kindly as I can. You are full of shit. They did not throw Putin out of the Black Sea. That is acidine to even think that. And then he talks about the grain shipments. All right. I clearly remember the moment there was. Now, they won't say this on American television or in the media. I remember when Putin, they pretty much, now I don't think they came together, but there was an agreement made. Putin himself made sure that those grain exports would continue to flow through the territory, throughout the Black Sea. And that is a lie. That is a complete lie. He's making it sound like Ukraine did this and strong-armed Russia. You're telling me they strong-armed Russia? The people, the country with the most nuclear weapons underneath that Black Sea? This guy, he's drunk, if not high.
They live closer to and open it up for grain to be shipped all over the world. And by the way, they've done it with our help. It's true. But you know what the reality is of Ukraine? It is a country of a whole bunch of MacGyvers. They've done this basically barehanded. And we have spent a very small percent of our GDP to support them in an effort that's been a war that they have waged on their behalf, of course, but also on NATO's behalf and on the behalf of the free world. And I would say to my colleagues, the isolationists on the Senate floor, how is it possible that you think if we withdraw our aid under those circumstances, that our people aren't going to be more susceptible to being called up? Because
well, I think what they're
Putin's
saying, Senator, and you're very passionate views, and I respect that, but I think what a lot of them are saying, it's good money after bed. There's a lot of corruption there. Zelensky is going through generals like tissue paper. One of the things that comes up is, I know you said, regardless for all of this, you would like a standalone Ukraine aid package, a standalone Israeli package. I think you were putting the two together. But that type of a measure, let's say for just Israel, didn't go anywhere in the House.
All right, so I've had enough of that right now. It goes on a little longer. I posted it so you can go watch it. He's lying through his teeth. What he's saying is what the Western media propaganda machine has been saying over and over and over. It's just like language is everything. When the media says, and when people like Neil Cavuto and all these idiots, when they say things, well, Donald Trump's being tried for trying to overturn the election. That word right there, the word alone, overturn, is a complete lie. It is a propaganda word. Donald Trump has not tried to overturn the election. He's tried to question the election, and he's tried to legally challenge the election. For them to say Donald Trump is trying to overturn, it's not true. It is law. What he posted for years on Twitter, law and order, and that's what he is doing in front of the whole world. Law and order. These words, these one words, are so critical to the right now the American psyche, and they're implementing it into your subconscious. That things. For example, there's many things I could talk about when it comes to these talking points with these words, but this is an example of one. Overturn, right? It's injected into the American psyche right now, and is just not true at all. Yes, you are correct. Neil Cavuto is very vile. I can't stand him. I don't like. There's just a few people at Fox I like, and more of them are pretty much panelists, not even reporters. So yeah, me too. Hoping Tucker doesn't wind up with a room with Eric and Julian. Here, if you haven't seen this, I'll play. These are very short, just a couple seconds. Here is, let's go to Canada right now. All right, and I'm going to go somewhere with this. It goes into NATO. Listen.
What we hear from the leader of the opposition is under the previous conservative government, everything was perfect. And what he is proposing to do is to make Canada great again. That is not what Canadians want. He is pining for a nostalgia that, quite frankly, Canadians do not feel. They remember what he did as part of Stephen Harper's failed housing minister. He remembers the rights of Indigenous peoples violated, the ignoring of environmental responsibilities, and the lack of an environmental and economic plan for the future. We're going to continue.
Okay, so that was Trudeau today, and comparing one of his opposition, if you will. Same thing's going on in Canada. They're using the slogan, "Make Canada Great Again," which I think all countries should hijack the "Make America Great Again" slogan, because it's common sense and to the point. They think it's extremist when people just want a better future for our grandchildren and our children. Here is another clip. The audio is a little lower, but here's it looks like an SNL skit.
So will he hold himself to the very same standard and admit that he's not fit for office? He is choosing to not stand with Ukraine, not stand with Ukrainians, and not stand with Ukrainian Canadians. Why are they abandoning Ukraine?
Why are they abandoning Ukraine? It's all about Ukraine right now. That money. Here's my opinion only. This is my opinion only. And I could be way off. But I feel that this, now we all talk about this is their way to launder money. I get that. We're moving weapons too. They ended up on the black market. They've ended up on the dark web for sale and never made it to Ukraine. Or if they did make it to Ukraine, they made it as far as the airport, coming off the cargo plane, a military cargo plane, and then pretty much wheeled out the back door, and Lord knows where they went. I think what's really happening, because I posted today about the what was it, the secretary, one of the head of NATO from Germany, and how they said today how vitally important it is for the United States and Biden to get this deal done here on the Hill and get this package deal done. I think the money has been flowing to NATO and the weapons have been flowing to NATO because they're stockpiling all this in case of a war, in case they have to go and fight Russia. Now, that is just where my mind goes, because we're approaching that precipice, if you will, right now. And if there is going to be no war between NATO and Russia, that will not happen. If it does happen, and understand what I'm saying here, it will not be NATO and Russia. It will be NATO and the rest of the world. It'll be the NATO countries, right, against the rest of the world, aka BRICS, if you will, the BRICS alliance. So you're going to have China and Russia. And right now, they're all China and Russia, they're all aligned with Iran, North Korea, all of it. So we are literally on the precipice of something very terrible in this world, that I don't think any of us are really, truly prepared for. And I hope it doesn't come to that. I pray it doesn't come to that. And I hope it doesn't, but it's there. It is so tense right now out there in the entire spectrum around the world. I've never witnessed anything like it before, and it's quite concerning. It's quite alarming. But at the same time, without me putting a fear factor into you, it's also on a line. It's perfectly in alignment with those drops, with those 17 drops. Can China, Russia, and POTUS work together to go against the New World Order? We're really seeing it right now. And I told you on my last show, Donald Trump cannot get involved. He needs to stay out of that. There's no way he can possibly come on here. Just for example, like when that picture, which was Photoshop, was going around of Putin and Trump with a glass of cheers. Well, of course, that was not real. Trump would never do that right now, during what's happening right now. He's not going to pick a side like that. He's going to stay neutral, and it is the smartest art of war play he can do. He has to stay neutral. But what goes on behind the scenes, what you and I do not see, that's what's critical and vital. And believe me, there's a lot going on. I'm certain of it, and I'm sure all of you are. So, all right. So I'm going to wrap it up. I will see you tomorrow night. So I'd like to say a couple things. Hold on. I will see you tomorrow night at 5:45 p.m. I will put out the links just prior to that to Rumble and to YouTube. Again, you can follow my YouTube to comment out live on the screen. All right. And interact. I hope I was able to answer questions. If you're just joining, go back to the first hour and I go through some technical things about X, Pop Talk, your phone, putting a bookmark, putting a icon for Pop Talk on your home screen, clearing your storage out on your phone for Telegram. Very important things that I knew that needed to get out here. Okay. And then lastly, thank you everybody for having my back personally, for coming over. I can see it through the numbers. I've increased on Telegram. Of course, it's not the numbers that were on Facebook. I get that, but they've increased since I have left. I will continue to work very hard for you. I will continue to put out the information that is needed. I don't have the propaganda machine of Facebook anymore shutting me down, or I have to worry every time I sit down and open my phone or my computer, wondering if like a slot machine, wondering what's going to pop up. Is my account still active or not? That's kind of good. It's over with. It's a lot off my shoulders, but all right. Yes, go ahead and encourage everyone to watch that Snowden movie. Get familiar with that. Know what that's about. Because if Tucker is there, we don't know. He might come home and not do anything. But if he's there and he interviews Snowden, which would be the first person to interview Snowden face to face, nobody's ever done that since he's fled the country. He's done interviews via video, never face to face. At least I don't think so. I could be wrong on that. He might have done one with NBC one time. I think, okay, maybe I am wrong because my memory serves me. I think there was one for national TV, but it was so secure and they had to bring him in and hide the location. But it's been a long, long time. And if Tucker's able to sit down with Snowden in Russia, which I think he's definitely going to try, and I'm sure it's on his agenda, get yourself familiar with his background. Know that information of who he is and what he did. Back then, there was a debate on was he a patriot or was he a traitor? And it was pretty split back then. As the years have gone by and we've seen what the U.S. government has done to us, there's no question in my mind that he is a patriot, a very courageous patriot who needs to be celebrated for what he did. Julian Assange, Edward Snowden, and now Tucker Carlson, and someone like the late great who just passed away, Gonzalo Lira in Ukraine, in a Ukrainian prison. These people need to be honored. They're courageous. All right, guys, I am out of here. I will see you tomorrow night. God bless you all. I appreciate you all. Hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that follow button and that like button on Rumble as well. Guys, I will talk to you soon. God bless you.